It's been a while since I've done a video and actually had my voice in it. And I figured I'd add in a little bit something different from what I'd normally do. Lately, I've been seeing a lot about the Nintendo, the new stuff coming to Nintendo. I'm not the biggest fan of Nintendo games. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like playing the Pokemon games, but I don't see big hype on stuff like the Kart 8 Deluxe booster course. Yeah, change of tracks, but it's about the same. Still older courses being replayed. Never played Bayonetta, so I've not been interested. Factory, Tunic, I've heard a lot about, but still no interest in it. Even with the new Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I never really got into them. One thing I've not seen a lot of people talking about was the Ubi Forward a couple days ago. And a couple games actually piqued my interest on them. One of them being, hold on, let me just. Skull and Crossbones. In my opinion, it does seem like a reboot of
17th century. Ruthless corporations ruled the seas with an iron fist.
it does seem like a reboot of, oh, why does it slip my mind? Sea of Thieves.
Creating new addictions and a violent race for control. When it's blood, there are predators. Labelled as enemies of all mankind, this new breed of pirates show no mercy. Sailing through dangerous waters, they created secret trading networks and built their pirate empires. But they were always on the edge of losing it all. And sinking to the depths as skull and bones.
It does seem like a reboot of Sea of Thieves, but I could see it going somewhere. Uh, you've followed along on the channel quite a bit. One game I tend to fall back on, well, one group of games, is the Assassin's Creed games. And recently with Valhalla, there was a character that was introduced, and we never got any backstory. And we're finally getting a game to cover his backstory, along with going back a bit to the original games, the original game from 2007. Also, it's stepping back away from the role play portion of the game that was introduced in Valhalla, Origins, and Odyssey, and going back to the stealth concept of the game.
18.
sacrifice everything you held close.
I am.
Are you ready to leave your life behind and walk the path of shadows?
I am.
Compared to the quality from Valhalla, if the quality of Assassin's Creed Mirage is actually as good as what is in the cutscenes here, it might actually be decent. I mean, Valhalla's quality was good, depending on what you were playing on, because not all PCs could handle it. I know when it had events in your village, in Raventhorpe, it could tend to be laggy on PC. But for me, the game actually looks good. And getting more backstory on the character makes it a little bit better.
Then, out of the dark, you will come into the light. And from the light, you will return to the dark. Never forget the tenets you have sworn to uphold. Stay your blade from the flesh of the innocent. Hide in plain sight. Never compromise the Brotherhood.
But even on this one, there was still always one place that I had yet to see Ubisoft take Assassin's Creed. And then here recently, I had seen where they had a reveal trailer at the Ubi Forward this year. It was called Code Name Red. And I mean, we had many places in Asia for an assassin, but one place they always skipped over was Japan. Even with the Chronicle games, you had Russia, India, China. And it just seemed like a missed opportunity. And I've not even looked at this, watched any of this trailer. So I mean, just from that little bit, I can kind of see it being like the Chronicle games. They were platformer based, but even being 2D platformer game, it was still a canon game for the series. even if this is a start for the it moving towards feudal Japan, and it be a 2D, a platforming game instead of a true stealth game like Assassin's Creed should be, it'd be a step forward towards something different. And that would be the end of my rant. I am going to try to use this model more. I'm still working on getting it fully set up, but most of the time, most of games I play on PC, it struggles and lags system out. I do appreciate everybody that watches and hope y'all have good days.